Hey guys, it's Sam back again. We're doing actually on the 9.22 preview, and this is going to be the USSR tree revision. This is going to be the big thing about the 9.22 patch. Nobody really gave us a idea when it's coming out. Could be 2 weeks, could be 3 weeks. So there's just some time to grind some of these tanks that they're going to be changing. So what do we got? We are having a change to the medium line. We're having a change to the TD line, and we're also having a change to the heavy line. And they're only going to be, it's going to be affecting the tier 8 and higher tiers for the Russian line. Of course, we'll talk about the medium tanks first. And the big one is here is going to be the Object 430, which we already have in game at tier 10. We'll be moving down to tier 9, bringing in the 430U. Well, this is going to be a little bit different than the usual Russian medium, which are very quick firing, low damage guns. This one's going to be a slower reload, but a higher alpha at 440. So it should be kind of interesting. In the tech tree, what you're seeing and going to be doing here is they're going to have the T44. They're going to take the current tier 10 430 and move it to tier 9 and form its own little kind of mini line here to the 430U. So with this, it's going to be a little strange. T44 still goes to T54, which goes to 62 day on the Object 140, but the 430 here is going to be to the 430U. So that's the change right there for the medium line. The Object 432, that was the tier 9 before this, gets moved down to its own line off the 416 to the 432, and this tank right here is going to be apparently not posted, so I'm assuming it's going to be something that's going to be given out or done a little later. So yeah, that is the changes to the medium. So if you have the 430 at tier 10, you're going to get swapped out to that's going to turn to a 9, and you're going to of course get the 430U to replace it. So if you already have the 430, you're good. If you haven't got it, you better start grinding because the 430Us are going to be coming. And then of course, like I said, Object 460 to the 432. This is going to be their own independent line. Next big change, of course, is going to be the heavy line. The ISM Object 705 and the 705A. This is the ISM, and this is the 705A. These two pictures here. Big alpha gun, 650. I'm kind of curious to see what they're going to do. This is ISM at 390, similar to probably the IS-3, of course, the turrets mounted on the ass end. Yeah, that's going to be the crazy thing about these tanks. They all have rear-mounted turrets. So yeah, that's going to be that change. And of course, we'll look at it on the tech tree as a whole new line. So we're going to go off. All these lines are going to come off the IS. So if you still have the IS, you still have some time to grind some new XP for this line. Specifically talking about the ISM because that's going to be the new tier 8. So we're going to go from the IS to the ISM to the 705 to the 705A. So that's the new line that they're bringing in, of course, coming off the IS. IS still leads to the IS-3, but this is where the other change comes in. Now this changes, of course, the IS-3 still goes to the IS-7, but now there's going to be a change at tier 9. And what you're going to see is the T10 is going to be removed from the line going to the IS-7, and it's going to be dropped down to its own little kind of mini line here to obviously to another new tank that we haven't seen yet. Yeah, so it's going to come off the IS-3 to its own little mini line. So now when you go from the IS-3, you're going to go to the 257 and then to the IS-7. If you already had the T10, you should be getting this replacement here. I'm not sure if you're going to have to buy it, or you know, here's the thing. I'm not even going to guess anymore whether you're going to have to be just going to be able to buy it, or you're going to actually have to grind out the credit or grind out the XP on it. Who knows what Wargaming is going to do in this situation? So we'll see how that comes when the actual line is released, or actually the patch is released, and see how this works. So yeah, that's the big change. So if you're still at the IS, you might want to start grinding some XP because you know with this switch here of a split with the ISM and the IS-3, and that's brand new line here for the heavies. So yeah, that's the change. The other ones haven't changed. KV4, STI, IS-4. I was curious. I thought this was going to be the next change was the STI, but apparently they haven't changed that one. So the last change that we know of you know, this is of course Wargaming, so we're just going to have to take it as is the change of the 263. So that's the current tier 10 TD. That is going to be moved down a tier. It's going to become the tier 9 tank, and the Object 268 variant 4 with a 650 alpha gun is going to become the new tier 10 tank, which is, you know, these are all moving to the rear. The turrets are all moving to the rear, just like the 263s, you know, similar to that. So what is this going to do? Well, it's going to change specifically this tank. SU-122-54 is going to be removed from the game into place. Of course, the 263 is going to be moving into its place. So if you don't have the SU-122-54 and you want to keep it, or you like it, you're gonna, or you want it, I should say, you're gonna have to grind this out, because SU-122-54 is going to be removed, and that's just the way it's. Yeah, I'm assuming this because is that they're trying to get all of these in a similar rear-mounted cannons. You know, obviously with the variant 4, same thing. You know, they're trying to keep it a little bit more, the lineage, maybe, I guess you could call it. So yeah, that is the changes in the actual TD line, and we'll go look at that real quick here as well. So yeah, here we go. We're going to come off the SU-101, and we're going to go to the 263, because this is where the SU-122-54 used to be. That's going to be removed, and now the 263 is here, which will of course be followed by the 268 variant 4. So if you have the 263, you'll get the 268. You know, you're just going to be flip-flopping essentially these tanks. The SU-122 is going to be taken out of the game. So yeah, it's kind of a collector's tank. If you don't have it, you might want to grind it. Depends on if you like that playstyle or not, and getting penned by everything. So those are the changes we know about. I'm not sure, once again, when this is going to be coming out. Nobody gives it a definitive word. 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So you still have a little bit of time to grind some of these lines out if you haven't got them yet, to get some of these tanks. So with that said, you guys have a good night, and I will talk to you guys later.